If you're using a natural carb source for your running gels, like one of these sources, then this video is for you. So standard running gels are made up of glucose and fructose, and there's science behind why that is. We have two different transporters, and the one that utilizes glucose gets saturated around 60 grams per hour, and it makes it harder to take in carbohydrates, so you can increase the amount of carbs you can take in per hour by adding the fructose. Generally, glucose is the main carb source because its transporter allows for quick absorption, and it seems like it enhances fructose absorption. So scientists found that a 2-to-1 ratio of glucose to fructose is beneficial. More recent, a 1 to 0.8 ratio has been found to be beneficial for higher carb intake, 90 plus grams an hour. And so if you're taking in one of these natural sources, there's just some things to consider. Honey tends to have a higher fructose to glucose ratio, so around a 0.75 to 1 generally, but that number can vary greatly depending on the flowers that the bees visited. So it's really hard to know what ratio you're getting if you're using honey, which can lead to GI issues if you're taking in 60 plus grams of carbs per hour, maybe even less than that. Maple syrup is a 1 ratio, so probably a better option than honey. It tends to be easier on the stomach for most athletes, but again, if you're trying to do high carb, you're probably going to max out with that 1-to-1 ratio around 60 grams per hour. Date syrup is the same as maple syrup. Usually it's around a 1-to-1. Again, that can vary. Depends on where the dates were grown and how they were grown, and they can just vary in their ratio. But one of the issues with date syrup that I've seen, or some of the date gels, is that some of them do contain fiber. And if you're using them in a long race and you're taking in 2 or 3 of them getting in 60 grams an hour, then that's going to be a lot of fiber over the race, which is probably going to lead to some GI issues and potentially slow the absorption of the carbs. So check the ingredients to see if there's fiber if you're using date. So if I had to rank the natural sources, maple syrup would be 1, date syrup number 2, honey number 3. Again, that's on ranking them on the glucose to fructose ratio and the potential for GI issues. If you're trying to go above 60 grams an hour, you probably want to use regular gels. Okay, they're designed for performance. They're designed with these ratios in mind. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you use for fueling if you're using one of these natural sources. How many grams per hour do you usually take on your runs, and what's been your experience? I'd love to hear.